The story begins in a world teetering on the brink of destruction. Humanity had reached unprecedented heights of innovation and growth, but alongside these advancements came unchecked greed, corruption, and violence. The earth, once a symbol of divine creation, groaned under the weight of humanity's transgressions. The skies were clear, but the hearts of men were clouded with darkness. God looked upon his creation with sorrow, seeing the moral decay that had taken root. But this isn't just a tale of punishment, it's a wake-up call. It forces us to ask, what happens when we ignore the signs of decay in our own lives? The consequences, as we'll see, are not just external but deeply personal. Noah, a man who stood apart. In a sea of chaos, his life was a beacon of righteousness and integrity. God chose him, not for perfection but for his willingness to listen and act. This moment marks the first lesson, the importance of taking responsibility even when surrounded by negativity. What could God possibly ask Noah to do in a world on the verge of collapse? The suspense builds as we delve deeper. The stage is set for an extraordinary task, one that will test faith, perseverance, and the very fabric of human resilience. In the midst of the chaos, Noah's life took an unimaginable turn. One day, while tending to his daily tasks, he heard the voice of God, a voice that spoke not with anger but with solemn purpose. God revealed his sorrow for the state of humanity and his decision to cleanse the earth of its corruption. Yet, amidst the coming destruction, Noah was chosen to preserve life. The command was both simple and staggering. Build an ark, a vessel large enough to house Noah's family and pairs of every living creature. It wasn't just an act of survival, it was a mission of trust. The task defied logic. There was no sign of rain, no storm on the horizon, and yet Noah was asked to invest his life into something seemingly absurd. Despite the ridicule and disbelief of those around him, Noah began his work. Day after day, hammer strikes echoed through the valley as wood was shaped into a massive, intricate structure. The ark itself became a symbol, a testament to unwavering faith in the face of doubt. This part of the story challenges us to reflect on our own faith. How often do we trust in something bigger than ourselves, even when it doesn't make sense? Noah's obedience teaches us that sometimes the most profound acts of faith are those carried out in silence, amid the disbelief of others. The ark began to take shape, but the real storm was yet to come. Constructing the ark was no small task. It was an act of sheer determination, stretching Noah's faith and endurance to their limits. The dimensions given by God were precise: 300 cubits in length, 50 cubits in width, and 30 cubits in height. This wasn't just a simple boat, it was a colossal vessel designed to withstand the wrath of the impending deluge. Noah and his sons toiled day and night, shaping timber and sealing planks with pitch. The ark was more than wood and nails. It was a lifeline for the future of humanity and the animal kingdom. Every strike of the hammer echoed with purpose, a defiant proclamation against the mockery of neighbors who scorned Noah's foolish project. The logistics were daunting. Gathering enough food for an extended period, creating compartments for animals, and ensuring the ark's durability required immense effort and ingenuity. Yet Noah pressed on, driven by a sense of divine purpose. As the structure rose, so did the tension. The ark stood as a stark reminder of the impending judgment, and still, the people laughed and dismissed Noah's warnings. They lived as though tomorrow would always come, blind to the storm brewing both in the heavens and in their own hearts. The ark, finished at last, was not just a vessel, it was a testament to the resilience of faith and the perseverance of a man chosen by God to stand against the tide of destruction. As the ark loomed over the landscape, an extraordinary sight began to unfold. From every corner of the earth, animals arrived in pairs: majestic lions, lumbering elephants, delicate sparrows, and creeping insects. Each one, guided by an unseen hand, made its way toward the ark. This miraculous gathering was a spectacle that silenced even Noah's fiercest critics. How could one explain the harmonious arrival of creatures that would normally flee from each other? The predator walked alongside the prey, united in a divine directive to preserve life. The scene was a blend of awe and urgency. Noah and his family worked tirelessly to guide the animals into their designated spaces, ensuring every species had a place within the ark's vast interior. The sight of the animals boarding the ark was both beautiful and haunting, a reminder of what was to come for those who chose to ignore the warnings. It's here we see a profound lesson. Even nature obeys the will of its creator. The animals, unburdened by doubt or defiance, followed the call without hesitation. In contrast, humanity, with its gift of choice, stood divided between belief and mockery. As the last animal stepped inside, the weight of the moment became palpable. The ark was ready. The door would soon close, sealing the fate of those within and those without. The skies darkened, and the winds began to howl. What started as a drizzle quickly transformed into a torrential downpour, as though the heavens themselves had burst open. Beneath the relentless rain, rivers overflowed, and the ground gave way to rising waters. Inside the ark, Noah and his family could hear the chaos outside. The cries of those who had mocked Noah just days earlier now echoed in desperation, but it was too late. The ark's door, sealed by God's hand, remained shut. For 40 days and 40 nights, the storm raged on. Waves battered the ark, yet it held firm, a testament to Noah's obedience and God's promise. Inside, life continued in a strange harmony. Animals rested, and Noah's family prayed, finding solace in the Creator's protection. The flood was a reset, a cleansing of a world overcome by corruption. Yet, it also carried hope, a promise of a new beginning for those who had trusted in God's word. When the rain finally ceased, the waters did not disappear overnight. For months, Noah and his family drifted on an endless sea, surrounded by nothing but sky and water. The isolation was profound, testing their patience and trust in God's timing. Noah sent out a raven, which flew back and forth but found no resting place. Days later, he released a dove, only for it to return empty-beaked. Each moment of waiting felt like an eternity, but Noah remained steadfast. Finally, on the third attempt, the dove returned with an olive branch, a sign of life and hope. The waters were receding, and the promise of dry land was near. Noah's perseverance during this time teaches us about enduring faith. Even when the end seems distant and uncertainty looms, trust in a higher plan can sustain us. The ark came to rest on Mount Ararat, and as the waters fully receded, Noah and his family stepped out into a transformed world. The air was fresh, the land renewed, and the sky bore a majestic rainbow, a symbol of God's covenant. God promised never to flood the earth again, sealing this vow with the rainbow as a reminder of his mercy and faithfulness. Noah, overwhelmed with gratitude, built an altar and offered a sacrifice of thanksgiving, honoring the Creator who had guided them through the storm. The story of Noah's Ark concludes with a message of hope and redemption. It reminds us that even in the face of judgment, there is grace. It challenges us to live in alignment with our purpose, trusting in a plan greater than ourselves. The rainbow remains a timeless symbol of this promise, a bridge between humanity and the divine, spanning across generations. Throughout Noah's story, we've witnessed how faith, perseverance, and obedience can overcome even the most insurmountable challenges. The ark wasn't just a vessel, it was an act of hope, a reminder that even in the darkest times, there is always a greater purpose for those willing to listen, trust, and act. But now, the question is for you: what ark are you called to build in your life? What challenges are you facing that demand your faith and perseverance? Reflect on this, because like Noah, you too can be the protagonist of a story that inspires others. If this story touched your heart or left you with a valuable lesson, make your voice part of this community. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell to stay updated on our next reflections, and share your thoughts in the comments. We want to know, what lesson do you take from this story? Remember, every act of faith, no matter how small, can be the start of something great. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in the next video.